In South Africa, the death toll has risen to at least 117 after a week of unrest triggered by the jailing of former President Jacob Zuma. The military has called in thousands of soldiers to assist the police. It's one of the largest deployments since the end of apartheid. In some areas, the violence has subsided, including Johannesburg, allowing the cleanup to start. But the southeastern province of KwaZulu-Natal, which is Jacob Zuma's home province, remains volatile. And DW's Christine Mundwa is in the district of Soweto in Johannesburg with the latest on this story for us. Hi, Christine. It's good to see you. We were mentioning that violence has subsided in Johannesburg, but it remains volatile in KwaZulu-Natal. So how widespread is the unrest in South Africa today?
Well, Sumi, I'll tell you a little bit about where I am right now. I am in Soweto, that is the township southwest of Johannesburg. And basically, you can see by the deployment here of both police and soldiers that the situation remains tense. I'm now joined by one of the community leaders, Mr. Nhlanhla Lux, who's really emerged as one of the local heroes in the story. In the absence of law enforcement, Nhlanhla mobilized people to protect. This is Maponya Mall, what is now the last mall in Soweto standing. And I just want to bring him in. Mr. Lux, you have been out here for 5 days straight. Just tell our viewers what that experience has been like.
The first day, obviously, without law enforcement, just us in the community. I called the guys with firepower to come and help us protect the mall. They came. And on that day, they tried to loot and vandalize this mall, and they were confronted by us. And we couldn't allow that to happen because as the last mall standing, this is the biggest mall. It employs the most people around Soweto as we speak right now. So, I mean, if we just going to remain bystanders and take a back seat and look at external forces infiltrating our township and we do nothing about it, that would say so much about us. So we took a stance, and that led us into shootouts. We ended up shooting at each other with these guys, but we won that battle because they retreated, they left. But the second night, they tried again. And luckily that night we were with SAPS, and it was they got a bit shifted. And the third night, the military came, and the firepower became triple, and it was a different story. They knew that they couldn't take chances.
Mr. Lux, we talked about the fact that this is the last mall standing. Just talk to us about the damage that's been done to Soweto.
The damage is incredible because the looting, as a consequence, we have a serious food security crisis in Soweto. People can't buy food anyway. The ATMs are all looted. People can't withdraw money. We've got grannies that are on chronic medication that need food before they eat their medication. Now, what are we saying to them? They must continue eating the medication without having anything to eat. We're literally saying, dig your grave.
In KwaZulu-Natal, that is the other affected province, you now have an outbreak of intercommunal violence. Have you seen anything like that happening here?
It hasn't started, but what I know is because what's been happening in Natal has influenced what's happening here. So from a leadership point of view, that racism that's going on there, black against Indians, that we're seeing now, that's disgusting, that I hate so much, will probably happen here. So we need to start putting measures in place for us to be able to contain that and manage it, because that's disgusting. We'll never allow it to happen in our community.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Lux. Thank you so much for that. So there you have it, Sumi. Absolutely, a place like this remains on high alert because it appears that while there isn't any looting, there are people trying to penetrate this mall, make way, and of course the masses, when they see an opportunity to come and take, will probably do that. So there is a big contingency here. Now we see police and soldiers assisting people like Nhlanhla and ordinary members of the community who are armed, by the way, who've said that they're not going to allow this mall to be taken down.
DW's Christine Mundwa there in Soweto. Thank you so much for your reporting.